Hello, guys. So this week I wanted to just kind of continue with angles of elevation and depression. I know it can be a tricky concept to grasp, and I know I said this in my initial video. And I also put some videos, some YouTube videos on here, just of other people solving them. Maybe they'll give you a better explanation or something that just makes more sense to you. I don't know. But I wanted to go over some more difficult ones. Later on in this assignment, you'll have some problems to practice. Some will be more basic, some will be like this. It just depends. So let's start here. So a man on the deck of a ship. Now you're going to get to see my beautiful drawing skills. Okay, so there's the ship. It's 13 feet above water. Okay, so let's say there's this. So this is 13 feet. He observes that the angle of elevation at the top of a cliff. So let's say here's the cliff over here, and maybe I should have made it a little closer, but it will. Is 40 degrees. So remember, angle of elevation is like if he's looking straight across, that's how far his eyes go up. Okay? And the angle of depression to the base, so think about this. If he's looking straight across, that's how far his eyes move down. So this is 20 degrees. Find the distance of the cliff. Oh my gosh, I can't talk. Find the distance of the cliff from the ship and the height of the cliff if the base of the cliff is at sea level. Wow. Okay, so we got a couple things to find here. We want to know all of this. Okay, let's just call that x. And then I also think we want to know this. Okay. Now, the good news is, if we know he's 13 feet above sea level, then we know this is also 13, which is going to help us quite a bit, because if we look at, these are our two, I thought I chose a different color. These are our two right angles here, okay? So if we look at like this triangle right here, we know this is 20, we know this is 13. Now remember, we wanted to find this. That's the distance from him to the cliff. Okay, so if we label that triangle, let me use a different color. Here's the maybe, I don't know why it doesn't switch. There's the hypotenuse, okay? Here's our angle, so this would be opposite, this would be adjacent. So the two things we care about are opposite and adjacent. So we would say tangent of 20 equals opposite 13 over adjacent y. Okay, we get our calculators out, or we go online and do it, whatever floats your boat. And we figure out the tangent of 20. So the tangent of 20 should be, let me just make sure I typed it in right, 0.364. 0.364 equals 13 over y. Okay, now let me change colors again and see if it'll actually change this time. So we put that over 1 and we cross multiply. We get 0.364y equals 13. So we divide. Okay, so 13 divided by 0.3, I screwed up, 13 divided by 0.364 is y equals 35.7. So the first part of the question is, he is 35.7 feet away from the cliff. Let me just go ahead and undo all of that and just kind of start again by writing that. So this was 35.7. Okay, so 35.7. Okay, that looks better. So 35.7. So now we have to take, now that we're done with that part, we want to find and I called this whole thing x, but we need to find that, because the big triangle isn't a right triangle. Trig only works with right triangles. Okay, so if I look at that triangle, okay, this is 35.7, I know that now. This is z. Okay, and this is 40. Okay, so again, I label. There's my right angle, so this would be the hypotenuse. There's my reference angle, this would be opposite, this would be adjacent. So look, I want tangent again. So I say the tangent of 40 equals z, which is opposite, over hypotenuse, which is 35.7. Okay, tangent of 40. In my calculator, I get 0.839. Just scroll down a little bit. Oops. Let me scroll down a little bit here. Okay, 8, that's an 8 by the way. 839 equals z over 35.7. So I put that over 1 and I cross multiply and I get z equals 0.839 times 35.7, 29 point, well actually it would round up to 30. So this would be 30. So remember what we found there was that. So this is 30. So that means to find the total height, we would have to add the 30 and the 13. The total height of the cliff would be 43. Okay? Now remember, feel free, pause these, go back, whatever you need to do, because they can get a little tricky. And I don't expect you guys to be perfect. When I'm not sitting there in class, it's hard. You know, you don't have me to ask questions for. Just keep plugging along. Keep trying. Hopefully that inclinometer was kind of cool last week. Hopefully you got to go out and measure some things. So let's look at one more example here. Okay. And I don't know what's going on. There we go. The angle of elevation of the top of a cliff. Okay, so let's draw a cliff here. And there's my cliff. Beautiful. The angle of elevation of the top of the cliff from a point Q on the ground. So let's put Q here. Okay. So angle of elevation is 30 degrees. So that would go there. I'm moving a distance of 20 meters towards. Now, this is fun. So we move 20 meters closer to the cliff. The angle increases to x degrees. It's still an angle of elevation. The height of the cliff is 17.3. Okay, then find x. So we know this is a right angle, right? Now we only have one side. Like if I look at this, if I outline this triangle right here, I don't have enough information to solve that. I need 2 knowns and I only have 1. So what I'm thinking is, what about if we take this big triangle? Okay, we know this is 30 degrees. We know this is 17.3. And what about if we want to find this side? So now we have 2 knowns. We have the angle, we have the side. And finding that side then, if we know, well, let's just find that side first and then we'll go over it. So for this, here's the right angle. So this would be the hypotenuse. I'll use a different color here. This would be the hypotenuse. Okay, here's my angle. This is being very slow now. So this would be opposite, this would be adjacent. So I think I would use tangent again. So I would say the tangent, I think maybe I'm writing with my sleeve, that's why. I would say the tangent of 30 equals 17.3 over y. Okay, so the tangent of 30. Oh, let's see here. 30 tangent is 0.577. So I get 0.577. I'm just going to go ahead and put that over 1, 17.3 over y. So I cross multiply. I get 0.577y equals 17.3. So if I divide by 0.577, so 17.3 divided by 0.577 is basically 30. Okay, so y is 30. So remember what we were actually finding there was this whole side is 30. So if we move 20 meters closer, doesn't that mean this has to be 10? 30 minus 20? So now we have a triangle where this is 17.3, this is 10, and this is 30. Oh, sorry, that's not 30. Oh man, I just keep messing up, don't I? Let me go back here. So we have a triangle where this is 17.3, this is 10. We're trying to find that. Okay, so we label hypotenuse. Here's our angle, opposite, adjacent. So we're going to use tangent. We're looking for the angle, so it's the tangent of x. Opposite over adjacent, so 17.3 over 10. So I'm going to do x equals tan inverse of 17.3 over 10. So 17.3 divided by 10, I'm going to do, I get 60 degrees. Okay, so the angle is 60 degrees. So as usual, any questions, let me know. I'm here for you. Hope to see you on Tuesday, and good luck.